Repairs and modernization of the Russian nuclear cruiser Admiral Nakhimov will continue. It was expected that the ship would go on factory sea trials on November 15, but this did not happen. The deadline was postponed, the newspaper reports. News. It is possible that the cruiser will not go to sea before the spring of 2025. As military expert Dmitry Boltnikov explained, Admiral Nakhimov is essentially being rebuilt from scratch, since only the hull was left at the Sevmash plant, and all the equipment was taken out and replaced. The expert called the modernization process very complicated, but after that Russia will receive a very powerful combat ship with a variety of modern missile systems. Deputy Minister of Defense of the Russian Federation Alexei Krivoruko promised that the Admiral Nakhimov will become the most powerful ship of the Russian Navy. It should be equipped with the Packet NK and Otvet anti-submarine weapons, as well as the Fort M and Panzer M air defense systems. The Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Navy, Admiral Alexander Moiseyev, said in August that the Admiral Nakhimov should go to sea in the fall of 2024 for factory sea trials. The transfer of the vessel to the Russian Navy was expected in 2025. Concerns about the successful completion of the overhaul were raised as early as 2017 when former Russian Navy Commander Vladimir Korolyov announced that the ship would join the fleet in 2020. However, this did not happen, with two subsequent delays to 2021 and 2022. According to Mikhail Budnichenko, General Director of Sevmash, the trials were initially scheduled to begin in May 2024 but were also postponed to the fall of that year. One expert, Dmitry Boletkov, commented that the delays might be due to the complexity of the modernization, as well as efforts to overcome technological dependencies on foreign components, which now have to be replaced with Russian-made alternatives. Our country is currently in the process of replacing imports. Perhaps they plan to purchase some auxiliary systems from the West, but now they have to create them ourselves, Boletkov said. Some military experts, such as Viktor Litovkin, emphasize that such extensive modernization and the commissioning of a ship with a nuclear reactor is not merely a technical task but requires careful preparation and testing. This is not an ordinary ship. It's not a yacht or a boat. This is a heavy cruiser with a nuclear power plant, so many problems can arise when commissioning such a ship, said Litovkin. He stressed that the risks must be carefully evaluated and eliminated to avoid serious issues in the future. After modernization, Admiral Nakhimov will play a central role in Russia's strategic plans. It is designed for operations in strategically important waters, such as those in the Arctic, and will be used to protect key Russian maritime routes and underwater forces, including nuclear submarines operating in the northern seas. Additionally, the modernized cruiser will play an important role in deterring potential adversaries, thanks to its missile and air defense systems. The overhaul of Admiral Nakhimov is part of Russia's broader ambition to update and modernize its naval forces, showcasing technological achievements and ambitions for military restoration. Despite significant delays and challenges along the way, this ship is set to become one of the most powerful in the world, if not the most powerful, once the modernization is completed. Internationally, several ships can compete with Admiral Nakhimov in terms of size, firepower, and strategic role. U.S. Ticonderoga-class cruisers and Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, equipped with advanced missile systems and key to U.S. Navy operations, are close analogs but rely on conventional propulsion and are smaller than the Russian cruiser. U.S. nuclear-powered aircraft carriers like the Nimitz and Ford classes, while incredibly powerful with nuclear propulsion, primarily focus on maintaining air superiority and controlling large maritime zones. They do not possess the direct strike capabilities comparable to Admiral Nakhimov's weapon systems. Admiral Nakhimov, originally named Kalinin, was built at the Baltic shipyard in Leningrad as the third battlecruiser of the Russian Navy's Kirov class, officially designated as the Project 1144 Orlan class. The Russian Project 1144, known as the Kirov-class battlecruisers, are a series of nuclear-powered guided missile cruisers developed during the Cold War for the Soviet Navy. Initiated in the late 1960s and launched in the late 1970s to 1980s, these ships were designed to provide robust multi-role capabilities, including anti-ship, anti-aircraft, and anti-submarine warfare. Post-modernization, the cruiser will be equipped with a universal missile system 3S-14 with 80 launch cells capable of deploying Caliber, Onyx, and Zircon missiles. The 3S-14 can also deploy 91 RT-2 anti-submarine guided missiles, with target designation provided by Ka-27 anti-submarine helicopters or the ship's hydroacoustic station. It will also include the Panzer ME anti-aircraft missile and gun system, the Packet NK anti-submarine and anti-torpedo system, and the Reddit naval air defense missile system. Military experts have outlined the capabilities of the modernized Admiral Nakhimov, noting its advanced missile systems, which include the ability to use hypersonic multi-purpose tactical missiles like the 3M22 Zircon and the anti-ship 3M54. The ship will also feature the Reddit Naval Air Defense Missile System, which has more than 32 to 48 highly maneuverable 9M96DM surface-to-air missiles with a range of up to 130 kilometers and gas dynamic control systems with active radar homing heads, providing the ability to intercept maneuvering ballistic targets with overloads of up to 25 units. The first ship, Kirov, later renamed Admiral Ushakov, was commissioned in 1980, followed by Frunze, Admiral Lazarev, Kalinin, Admiral Nakhimov, and Yuri Andropov, Pyotr Veliky. They were among the largest and most heavily armed surface combatants built, second only to aircraft carriers.